Hello YouTube, Fuzz here, welcome back to Final Fantasy IX. I'm going to take a break from our experience farming today in order to do a little bit of AP farming. In particular, before our next set of experience farming against the Yans over on Vile Island, we could really do with learning auto life. So we're going to go ahead and attempt to encounter some of the friendly creatures. And the first one we're going to go for is the friendly Moo, which is located in this location in between Dali and the ice cavern. So just head over here and run through in between this area through the plains and the forest, and you have a chance of encountering the Moo. And when you do, you need to feed it an ore for 10 AP, 20 with ability up, and a potion. Okay, there's the friendly Moo. So it took just the first battle actually on the open plains in order to find this. And it wants some more. Because the enemies around this area are so weak, by the way, you can actually go ahead and farm them for AP because they'll give you very small amounts of experience. Probably by this stage, nowhere near enough to level you up. And you can keep a close eye on that anyway, so you can just sort your equipment out if you are about to level up on a character. But they still give normal amounts of AP, so 1 to 2 per battle. And then you can double that with ability up. But obviously the friendly creatures are going to give you a big boost. And once we've done the first 8, there's a little trick we can do to actually gain tons of AP if we're going to be up for the challenge. So obviously you want to be levelling up auto life. Just make sure that that's the main thing that you're focusing on here. Although it does have over 100 AP to learn, so it can take a while, unfortunately. But there's the friendly Moo, so let's move on now to the next one. Next up then, we want to run around the plains outside of Trino even. And not on this occasion, unfortunately. But as I say, you're unlikely to level up anyway, so just go ahead and earn some AP through the battles here. $28 XP, you see, but we're still getting to make that 4 AP. Which is pretty useful as we're going ahead farming for these friendly creatures here. Okay, so we found Ghost, and he was actually a bit awkward. I'm going to show you the exact place I found him afterwards, because I believe you've got a stronger chance of finding him here rather than directly outside of Trino. And we need to give him some ore, but this time we need to give him 2 ore. So same situation, but a little bit more. Just make sure you got plenty of ore. You should have, though, by this point, in all honesty. Just keep feeding this to him. Oh, he only wants 1. Okay. My mistake. Yes, it's the next one that's going to want more than 1. The ladybug. So we get our AP for that. And by the way, when I was running around fighting the random enemy encounters looking for this guy, make sure you keep... well, I made sure, I should say, I kept stealing with Sedan just to build up his thievery skill, which is doing about 1400 points of damage now. And the best thing to do, I found, just to end battles quickly, is to give him the mug ability. There it is. Because then with the max damage toggle on, he'll always be killing the enemy that he steals from, which is useful. So yeah, this is the little nook where we found the friendly Ghost. I did some research online. Apparently this is the best place to find him on Dis 4. So there's Trino, or there's the south gate rather, there's Trino. And just up here, on the other side, you'll find the cave to the dwelling. And it's just past this forest, and that's where I went and fought him. I got him first time in that little grassy area. So I recommend that to you guys as well. But let's move on now. Okay, so next up we're heading to Black Mage Village. Just here, and we're going to be running around in the forest to look for the ladybug that's going to require 2 ore. By the way, if you learn auto life on Dagger, make sure she learns Odin and a Thomas in in reverse order. So make sure she has a Thomas first, and then learn Odin. Okay, after she's learned auto life, because we are going to be using a Thomas and Odin in the next set of experience farming. But let's go ahead and find the ladybug. Okay, I think we found it. And this is the ladybug, and I actually found it on the grassy areas just outside of that forest on the first attempt of running on that plains. So I do think we need 2 ore on this occasion, but that's okay, we've got absolutely plenty. Let's just scroll down to the bottom. And we should be rewarded with 20 AP, which doubles with ability up for our trouble here. There we go. Okay. Right, so next up then we're going to be fighting the Yeti. Yes, that's it. It's the Yeti. Oh, look at that, getting all our lovely abilities. And we're going to be heading over towards Maiden Sari for that one. See how we get on there. Right, so outside Maiden Sari, the actual friendly monster, which is the Yeti, can appear, just turn on enemy encounters, in this forest here. The one that's just next to the actual town. In fact, we might have found it. Oh, it's the blooming Ragtimer. I'll go and sort him out. Okay, so here's the friendly Yeti. It took about 12 to 15 battles, I'd say, including 2 encounters with Ragtimer before I actually encountered this guy. So once again, we're going to need to give it another couple of ore. Pretty standard stuff now. And I can't remember if it's 2 or 3. I think it's 2 again. Yeah, it's 2. And we should get an elixir for this one. Along with 20 AP. Doubled, of course, with ability up. And Nymph is going to be our next friendly creature, which is going to be located outside the Ether Tree. So here's the Ether Tree. And what we want to do is run around in these green patches, because this is where we can encounter the Nymph. You could also encounter it in the forest over here, I believe. But for me personally, I've previously encountered it in this green patch. So this is where I'm going to run around and try and find it again. Okay, so here's the friendly Nymph. And once again, we're going to need to be giving ore. This time we're going to be giving it in the number of 3. So it did take quite a few battles in order to get the Nymph to spawn. I actually got it to spawn in the forest in the end. I had a bit of a change from the field. And I did about 12 battles in the forest in order to get the actual Nymph to show up. So hopefully that should be good enough here. To speed things up now. There we go. And Jabberwock is our next location. And Dagger had zombie status on. I didn't even notice. What a waste of AP that was. Oh well, it doesn't matter too much because this is mostly to get us to the AP farming section, which I will be telling you about in the future. But for now, we do need to get to these friendly monsters. So next up, we're off to the Seaways Canyon. So that's this location. I'll just show you on the map. Here we are. And you will be required to be in the forest area. And either of these forests, I think, in this area will do fine. And here's the Jabberwock. And it was actually just my second battle, so that wasn't too shabby, was it? And this time we're going to require to give it an emerald. So we'll just go ahead and find our lovely emerald here. There we go. And for this we get a moonstone reward. And get told the location of the next, which is the Feather Circle. And get lots of lovely AP again. Okay, so for the Feather Circle we want to come over here to the Lost Continent. And we're going to run around in the icy section outside of Esfagaza. Now, the thing to note with the Feather Circle is it does require a moonstone. And there is a trophy to get 4 moonstones, but on the PS4 and on Steam. But you don't need to have all 4 in your inventory at once, as long as you get them all in the same game. So we can give up the moonstone we just collected, and it still won't interfere with that trophy. So I thought I'd point that out because somebody's bound to ask that question. Anyway, I'll see you once I've found the monster. Sorry, the friendly creature. Rightio, so the Feather Circle, as we said, needs the moonstone. It took me about 5 battles to find the Feather Circle. So we're going to give up one of our 3 moonstones. But as I say, that won't affect the trophy, so don't worry too much. Because it's been in our inventory, that's all that matters. There we go. And we've actually already done the Garuda. That was in the last episode, so we don't need to worry about that on this occasion. But we do get the Lapis Lazuli back that we used on the Garuda. So next up then we have the Friendly Yan. But I don't want to do the Friendly Yan, because if we do it, then we're going to stop a farming experience for 50 AP each time we do this farm. So I'm not going to go ahead and do that until we've finished farming all our abilities, but I will explain that to you in the next episode. So for now, we're going to leave it there. I'm going to say thanks for stopping by and joining me today. I hope this video has helped you. If it has, don't forget to leave a like and come back soon for more Final Fantasy IX. Cheers all, take care.